Okay. I want to run a continuation of the video I made yesterday. I want to run a continuation of it. You know, so there was a video I was making yesterday, and I later stopped because I was to go and start the seminar we had. So hence I had to go out. So I want to sort of summarize that video. You know, a lot of people back home are so concerned about the rates people die today, which actually, you know, development contributed to it. Those days our forefathers don't used to die this way, rampantly this way like today. One of the reasons are because technology is not as it is today. Good evening, Aka Emmanuel. You know, today we have too much vehicles on the road. We have motorcycle on the road. You know, it contributed to the way people will be dying. Some reckless drivers, impaired driving. Those things are contributing to the rate people are dying. And also we have fake medications coming out. Like back home in Nigeria, I could say up to 60-70% of the medications on drugstores are all fake, and that is contributing so greatly to the rate our people are dying. And the person that went to India and produced this medication knows that it is a fake, and he brought it back home and distributed it. The NAFDAC man that approved it knows it is a fake, and he approved it. But these are the things you don't see in developed country like where we are. You don't see something like that. Any medication you lay hands on is just as the pharmacy expected it to be, both in the expiration date and the manufacturing date. So, but back home, nobody cares to check all those things. So a NAFDAC man that approved it knows that he stands to make like 50 million at once, and he has worked for 20-30 years and he has not made such amount of money. So approving this thing, just a twinkle of an eye, and he makes 50-100 million naira, he will just go ahead and approve it. His conscience will not consider people that will be dying as a result of taking that medication. He won't consider that. And as this man signed his debt, he has signed his debt. The day he signed that check for that money to come, that's the same day he signed his debt too. Because the people that will be dying, even his family members, his children, his wife, invariably will be affected by that money he signed and collected. Then, also, another thing that I also believe that is increasing the rate at which we die is the kind of income we are making, the way we are making our money. The way we are making our money, it contributes to the way you are going to enjoy that money. Whether you will live till the end, maybe to die at a good old age with that money, or whether you will die prematurely. You understand me? Or whether this money will stay with you till old age, or at the middle, all this money will just develop wings and fly away. All these things must be considered, and they will all be added to this factor of how this money was made. But we've gotten to a point in life where we think none of these things matters. Brother, it matters. Whether you are going to church or not, it matters. Before Christianity came, our people had a law that was guiding them. In fact, they had a better law. In my community, if somebody is a thief and he dies, there is a kind of burial that is given to maybe people that their family has money, either the man has money or the children made money. There is a kind of burial we give to them that is called, we call it in our language, ekwa the person akwa. So, but my people made a law those days that if somebody is a thief, he will not get that kind of burial. If somebody kills people, he's a murderer, he makes poison, he will not get that kind of burial. If somebody has a sore on his body by the time he died, there is a wound, a sore. Good evening, Clara. You're welcome. There is a sore on his body when he died. People came in and saw, oh, there was a sore on the body of this person. They can take the person to the mortuary as much as they like, but the day of the burial is not going to be like that normal rich man burial where you give cow, a native cow, to your king's men. So in my community, nobody will agree to do that because that is the law they put. Why did they say if this man has a scar or a wound in his body, he's not going to get that kind of burial? Because it shows that the children did not take proper care of that man or that woman. That is why that sore is there. That's what they believe. So for the fact that this person is not taken care of properly and you want us to come and eat beef during the burial, we are not coming. This was rule and laws that was made years, 150 or 200 years back before we were born. That Christianity came, Christianity did not come to abolish those laws. No, Christianity did not do that. Christianity even strengthened it that if you are making money, your parents should be well taken care of. If you made the money that your parents cannot enjoy, it then means that something is wrong. And you are waiting the day of the burial, people will eat that money, come and eat death, come and eat curses, come and eat trouble and go back to their house. But it's a kind of money that the way you got it is not meant that your mother should enjoy it. So these were the laws those people kept. And if they knew how to prepare those kind of laws and kept them, and we are today thinking and saying, Omenala, tradition, Omenala. Tradition did not, never at any time did tradition permit you to go to the market and buy a laptop with the purpose of using it to run people mad, of using it to drive people to go and commit suicide. No tradition taught you that. You went to a native doctor, you said, do it and not getting customers. Which customers are you targeting? You are targeting people who are working hard to make their money. And that is what that native doctor is doing for you in the name of Omenala. It's not our tradition. Our tradition is not stealing, it's not robbing people. Our tradition is not killing people and destroying their life. That is not our tradition. Our tradition is to live a good life. That is the tradition our great-grandparents left for us. So the idea of trying to run away from church and look for a conscience that will permit you to do that is the same conscience that will prepare death for you. You know what devil does when he's lifting you up? As he's lifting you from 2 feet to 3 feet, he will be putting bottle under for you. He'll be putting 6 inches nail, 3 inches, 4 inches nail. He will be putting heavy stones and granite on that for you. As you are going higher, he's putting and setting it up because he knows at a point he's going to remove what is holding you there. The devil wants you to land crash where you will never get yourself again. That is what the devil wants. And what am I saying? What your brother is doing in abroad, what your friend is doing in abroad, what you yourself is doing in that Oyibo country where you are, determines what will happen when you come back home. Determines how your life will end. You cannot live on other people's wealth and curses and you make it. Bible said, a causeless curse shall never come. As the bird flies by swallowing, say, so a causeless curse shall not come. I don't want to, all the time to lay hands on the scripture for us. But sometimes we look at a normal situation and look at it critically and talk about it. So that you don't just think it's every time Bible, Bible, Bible. No. Because a causeless curse shall not come is because you did not do anything, you did not offend anybody, you are working hard to make it. Somebody by the corner said that he or she has to determine how you are going to give him this money. He doesn't did he enter your pocket? He didn't know how you're making this money. He does not know the problems that is facing you as a human being. You're wearing a clothes, you are covering them up. So he just thought, because you are in abroad, you are working and making money, you don't have a problem. So once he makes a demand, you just give it to him the way he demanded it. So if you are not doing it like that, the person will say, God is going to judge you. God is going to kill you. God is going to destroy you. He may even go as far as meeting a native doctor to say, can you help me to punish this person? Can you help me to kill this person? Can you help me to do this and that? At the end of the day, no matter how far they do it, doesn't affect. Because a causeless cause will not come. There is no cause for the cause. There is no cause. Then, and you are abroad, you are selling powder. You know, reasonable people, when they started taking this powder, how they became junkies on the street. Each time you are passing through the street, you see them, you know that you are a contributor to why they are on the streets, living that way. And you are busy building your 3-story building, 2-story building, and all the title in this world has been given to you. And you are thinking that you are going to live a long life, and that you are going to have children who are cool-headed, children who will be best in their society. How do you think? How do you balance these two? If we balance that way, that means God is a partial God and is not qualified to be God. He should leave the throne for someone else, another moral person, to take up the throne and sit there and judge and rule the world. But if he's a perfect, righteous God, you should know by yourself that it doesn't work that way. If you have swindled people and you are expecting it to work for you, it doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work that way. Until there is a repentance in your heart, there is a cry in your heart and say, God, forgive me, I'm not going to go that way. No matter how the situation is, I'm not going that way. Yes, those days in my village, I had the opportunity of having a relation who was living in Port Harcourt. So the kind of 419 they were doing that time was this type. They use ID card. So if they get your ID card, then they will call you on phone and they will say, oh, you've forgotten me now. Hey, I used to stay in line with you in so market or in so place. And the way he would describe you and your shop, you will be so shocked. You will think he knows you. He will just say, okay, that's by the way. Anyway, please, there's a business I felt you should be the one to do it. I know you in the land. I know you are heavyweight. So this business is so and so place. Go and carry so and so thing. Bring it to your shop. Do it this way. Don't let anybody know. And it's going to bring so amount. So please, I told the man that you are the one that can do it. You are going to give me so percentage. And at the end of the day, you will fall for it, and they will make some hundreds of thousands of naira from you. And then they will give the person that gave them the complimentary card the percentage of it, and then here ends the business. So this person reached out to me and said, there was one rich guy from my community that time, and this guy reached to me and said, can you get me his complimentary card? They are going to get so percentage when we finally do it. I had nothing in town that time in Obi. I didn't have anything. When I said anything, I meant nothing. I didn't have anything. So that you are doing it is not an excuse. That you are poor, that's why you are doing it. It's not an excuse. Forget it. It's not an excuse that you are poor. That's why you are praising the computer, starting people. It's not an excuse. We were from there. My own poverty was the type that the entire community celebrated the poverty. In fact, everybody told me what they needed to tell me because nobody thought I would ever any day have 1 million naira will call my own or make any life. That is the kind of poverty. So anybody told me what they needed to tell me. Nobody dodged him out from telling me that, because everybody, that is why today there is a kind of shock that majority of them just entered their shell and dodged, because what they said and what they did don't allow them to come out again. But I told this guy, I said, I'm sorry, I don't have such a conscience that we go and collect this guy's complimentary card and give to you, and you will dupe him. And then one day I will come by his shop and he will be telling me, now I had a problem. Because this is somebody, I come by his shop, sometimes he would buy food for me as somebody who has nothing. And then I will go and get his complimentary card and give to you to dupe him. Tomorrow I will come by the shop and he will be telling me, now I had a problem. I will say, what happened? Then now these people duped me. And I will say, oh my God, what are you telling me? How did it happen? And he wouldn't know that the person talking to him was the architect of what happened to him. I told this guy, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. This guy that wanted me to get this complimentary card, that time he used to make 100,000 sometimes 200,000, sometimes 300, 400. He was living large in Port Harcourt. As I talk to you today, he's on stroke in one hospital in Imo State, village hospital in Imo State. He cannot borrow 50,000 naira as I'm talking to you. This person I'm telling you now, I have dashed him money. When I stopped was when I dashed him money. Later he called me and was talking to me as if he was talking to a girl. He didn't know it was my number he called, and he was asking of a girl. And then I'm like, she's not here. He said, okay, tell her when she comes that this person called. I said, but who are you? That was when he caught up that it was my voice. He caught it. So I'm like, you are still in this condition and situation, and I could give you money, and all you could do is to still look for a woman to call. I said, okay, that's the end of it. You are not getting again. So what am I saying? Going to abroad is a good thing. But if you had a purpose of going to abroad, or you have, and you know that right there where you're going, there is no job, and the only job you're going to do is a crime, stay away. If you go there, you are signing a death warrant. Because you know, most times you people use native doctor to sustain your stay in that place and what you're doing. That's why, native doctors are digital now, so you can stay in any country and call them on phone and give them money. They buy things and prepare something for you, and as they are preparing it for you, they are reducing your lifespan. They are destroying your life and your lineage. In fact, some of you, what you will die and live for your family is a poverty they will still suffer for another 20-30 years. You don't borrow money from the devil and will not pay. You must pay. If you remember those days when some of our brothers would go and serve people who are occultic in the business, an occultic master will allow you to carry money. Some of them will save millions. Those days we were in the village. If they visit Christmas any day, the whole of their family will be rejoicing. Money will be flying everywhere. The master knows from his occultic kingdom that this guy is packing his money, but he knows he can't eat the money. So he will allow you to save poverty for some years for yourself. If you go to some of those families in the village, they're still paying that money till today. But they don't know what happened to them. So they go to this prayer house. I don't know, whatever my children touch and nothing is working. The reason is that because they went and collected something from the devil's savings. And when they collected, the devil was laughing. The devil knows that they can't eat it. There was one in my village that's still paying for it till today I'm talking to you. You will pay for it and pay for it and pay for it for so many years. So that's why whatever the devil is giving, if you know anything, it's not something to go by. Deborah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I could see your touch. Whenever you come around, your touch will reflect. Please, let's share this something now. Clara, have you shared it? You're not saying tell them, sir. Tell them, let me tell you one story. There was an old woman that went to a church. So whenever the pastor is preaching, the old woman will be saying, tell them. She will be shouting it. tell them. And the pastor will be preaching. She will be shouting, tell them. So, and this old woman used to rub snuff or tobacco on her teeth. So one day as the pastor was preaching, the Spirit led him to say something concerning those that rub tobacco on their teeth. And this woman said, she had left what she was asked to say and started saying another thing. So I'm just trying to crack a joke. So what am I saying? If you have a child and this child is growing up and his mates are into this kind of fast lane of making money, tell your child to leave. I had opportunities when I was coming up to do. In my community, we have these things that like selling of this granite chipping stone we used to build house and construct bridges. So we have companies that produce them and our people distribute them all over Port Harcourt, Owerri, Aba, and all of those cities. Do you know that a lot of them we go extra mile to the native doctor to get favor to supply those things? And whenever they do that, you just see them, they start, doing like firewood, this Indian bamboo fire. When you put Indian bamboo in the fire will just do. There's no free gift from the devil. I've shared this. I thank you, Clara. Thank you. Thank you. The parents eat grapes and the teeth of the children are set on edge in your mouth. Yes. That's what happened. Unless you let the person know that I'm not part of this. Purely. You know that your brother is in abroad and he's selling powder or he's, doing Yahoo and he will send 500,000. Bam! You put it into your business and start it. All the courses those people are releasing, you are sharing from it. That's why at the end of the day, you will still be part of what he passed through, what he suffered. So what am I saying? If your child comes up, I had opportunities of doing those things. That's why when the man in the US said that I came and I swindled them, I did that. 2 occasions people tried it. I always just put it to God. I say, you know the truth. If I want to, my type of person, I would have started it earlier enough before those people opened their mouth to say it. But there was this fear in me. Upon the kind of person I am, people knew me as a controversial person, somebody that says what needed to be said, no matter whose us is God. No, I don't care if this truth must be said, and the Tinubu is the one that is at fault. I will say it. That is my life, and I will call it a fault because most times it set me at loggerhead with people. People hate me for that. It's only the person who needed that truth in this favor that will like me. The rest of the people, some will come to me and say, are you not afraid these people will kill you? Are you not afraid that these people? I said, a human being cannot kill me for saying the right thing, for saying the truth. Nobody can do that. I know God is not a partial God. He can't allow anybody to kill me for saying the right thing or saying the truth. It's not done anywhere. Thank you, Temi. Thank you so much. I'm seeing your hand. You understand? So, what am I saying? I will always say it exactly as it is. So, all those times, opportunities came. But upon that, my kind of bold nature, I was so afraid naturally not to involve myself in any money making I know that God will ask me, how come about this? So the only 2 times people tried it, I just threw them up to God. I said, God, you know the truth. People can't know the truth, but you know the truth. Just take care of it. And that was how it went. I was surprised when some of them began to pay the price. People beat shit out of their life. Some ate sand because of that. You don't just, because you want to say it, you just say one trash or the other against somebody. You don't just do that. So if your child comes out and the eyes begin to go that Yahoo way, do your best as a father and mother to drag it back. Tell that child you are going to make it in life, but not that way. This was what I told some people those days. They thought I was stupid and foolish. Today, almost all of them are not my equal. I'm not boasting, I'm not bragging about it. Since I personally stood like this and I pointed my finger to God, I said, if you are real and you made Abraham rich, you made Jacob and Isaac rich, you made David and the Solomon rich, you made Job rich, even after his ordeal, you still lifted him up again and made him richer than whom he was. I said, I will wait for you. There was a relation of mine. I went to his house one day and I went to his wardrobe. I saw a small bottle. This bottle they normally use to put hot drink. And the content was reddish, but there was a very big cross inside it. Very big cross that you will know there was no way. And this cross had this metallic nails like something that they fixed on the body of this cross. That will help you to know that this cross was not small when it was thrown into there. No, it was invoked into this bottle when that cross was still that big. So I took a look at it and I dropped it. So when I had the opportunity of talking to him, I said, listen to me. I said, if you don't remove your hand from this, you will be so surprised what you and poverty is going to do in your life at the end of the day. And when I was telling him this, he was richer than me. He has more money than me. I didn't have anything. But I knew that if he continues that way, he will look at me from a distance one day and say, look at that big man. And he will be talking from a poor man background and perspective. I knew. Even when I didn't have the certificate that is needed to be rich, it doesn't take certificate to be rich, bro. It takes hard work and trusting God. And removing your hands from those things that, devil would come and mark them and say, because of these things, you are going nowhere. You can have paper. Some money people have back home is paper. There was one of them, I scolded him one day. I looked at his face. I said, because he ate his elder brother. That guy ate his elder brother. How did he eat his elder brother? He ate his destiny and he ate his life. The brother was still alive, elder brother, but he has eaten the guy. To tell you how devil can trick people into making a paper in the name of money. Okay, you made a paper now, and these people that are supposed to enjoy it are not enjoying it. Forget a situation like I passed through seminary school. My secondary school was a seminary school, and we ate discipline. Those days we have what we call mountain, double mountain, half mountain, and quarter mountain. Double mountain is 24, mountain is 12, half mountain is 6, quarter mountain is 3. Our principal had these things. Inyama is here. You can attest to what I'm saying. And if you commit any rubbish, both academically and morally, you'll be put on top of that table and 650 guys will hold your hands and foot. And this man will give you, once he pronounce mountain, double mountain, half mountain, quarter mountain, that thing he pronounces is what is going to flog you until the end. So a person that suffered to get money, he can only dish it out when he discovers that you are not going to waste it. If he knows you are going to waste it, he will discipline you. He will allow you to be disciplined first. And what will discipline you? Hunger, suffering will discipline you. Then after the discipline, he will release the money. He knows he will give it to you, but he wants you to be disciplined. Because it takes only those going shortcut just to release money, and tomorrow that money is finished because it's just a paper, it's not a money. When we give money, we don't give paper. And because we are giving money, we will discipline you before we give it to you. And if you refuse to get the discipline, then we allow you because we don't want you to waste it. You can't just waste it. So back, if you look at this, what is going sliding on the screen, it says all that glitters are not gold. No, that guy is answering Odogu. Sorry, it's Odogu death. There was one burial they did either last year in one village. I know that village before I traveled. So they said this guy was in abroad for many years, suffering, didn't have anything. And all of a sudden, this guy made some money and he decided to visit home. Quick money. He just decided to visit home. So this guy visited home, and one of the days he went to have drink with people and was coming back. Kidnappers were let them, shot their gun, and this guy got hit by a bullet. And this guy died. So Ama is confirming what I'm saying, that yes, here in Bethel Junior Seminary, where we had 12 strokes given to our buttocks for messing up, for doing rubbish. You understand? We have double mountain, quarter and a half mountain given to our buttocks. So it is not in vain. It's still in our blood today. So if you are part of it and you felt you shouldn't be disciplined, you are on your own. So this guy died, and during the burial day, all the whole of Ghana in the village, all the old men and women, and this guy is a widow. It's an orphan. It's like the mother, either the mother and father has died, or the father has died. It's now maybe only the mother, and it's like this guy is the only son or so. And this guy built a house when he got this money. He built a house. So everybody was crying, and what they were crying is this guy that just came back, visited his village. Why would they kill him in the village? When I was looking at the situation, my spirit said to me, if this guy should be given a chance to raise him from this death, to just come to this coffin and touch him and say, get up, take microphone, tell these people what killed you. This guy will be able to admonish people, to advise people wisely. The reason the world is the way it is that once somebody crossed that line to death, you won't have opportunity to come and advise people again. If the dead could be allowed to come back and tell people what normally kills them, believe me, the world will not be the way it is today. You see the way our youths are, in mass rushing to native doctors, people saying that Mame water servants, 1 million and that million. Don't worry, those things were there before Christianity came, and so many families did like this as a result of that. It took Christianity to save a lot of those families that passed through that. And today, because Christianity has disappointed the people, I'm still coming today to make a video concerning our brother Matthias Isaac and what he's going through now with the issue of Omena Luze Jokunan. You understand? I'm coming to make video about that. So Christianity have disappointed the people. There's no doubt about that. Because 80% of the churches in Nigeria are fake. It takes maybe, if it is only up to 20% that is a real church in Nigeria, up to 20%. And that is why our people are getting disappointed. They are moving back to those things that we dropped earlier before now. And they are going back thinking that they are getting a way of life. Give them a few years to come. Some of us will still be alive to start seeing how it will go for them. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is this. What your brother is doing in abroad, find out. Don't be ashamed to say, brother, what profession are you into in that country? Sister, what profession are you into in that country? If he refuses to tell you, okay. If he lied to you, no problem. Go ahead and enjoy what he gives to you. You are not guilty. But if he lied to you and you know for sure that he's lying, by virtue of how this money is coming and virtue of what people are saying is that he is into the wrong side of it, reject the money. Continue with your poverty and trust God. You might be surprised one day that you'll be the one to give him tomorrow. You'll be the one to dash him tomorrow. You'll be surprised that it will happen. It takes God nothing to pick somebody from the ground and shoot him to the top. And also, it takes God nothing to pick somebody from the top and bring him to the ground. It takes God absolutely what? Nothing. When I said nothing, I mean nothing. So, if you see any family member doing like this, like a water put on a tray, in the name of looking for money, rushing after money, chasing money, pursuing money, tell the person to pause and put a break. That it doesn't work that way. Tell the person it does not work that way. That is why there is too much debt everywhere. That is why people back home, they will look at, I told you about a story of that young man who is in prison now in Asia. From my village, I know him. I don't want to call his guy name. If I call the guy name now, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. But he's in prison now. Nobody knows if he will come back alive or not, or if he will come out at old age. Do you prefer to make money and shine for 10 years and be useless for the rest of your life? Or do you prefer to suffer for 30, 40 years and make it big in the remaining 30, 40 years of your life? Which one do you choose? Choose one. But I choose to suffer for 40 years and make it big the remaining 40, 50 years of my life. That's the one I choose. That's the one I choose. And I don't bother about that. Will you get insulted? You will be insulted. Will you be abused? You will be abused. Will people say all rubbish about you? They will say it, but don't bother. When the whole thing turns, they will come back. Then you put your yardstick. How you will receive them? You put a yardstick. Because poverty had also taught you a lot of lessons. God will first of all, remove every chaff from you before He will lift you. So that you don't just come home and begin to bragadash everywhere, begin to raise your shoulder. Your hand will not be able to come down. Every occasion you come, you want people to know you are in occasion. No. Sister Berod, good evening, ma. You're welcome. No, it's not that way. When God blesses you, like now I'm in abroad, and a family member wants my community to know I'm in abroad because of the way he eats and the way he drinks and the way he makes noise. No, I will caution you to stop. If you can't stop, then I will stop you. You don't have to make that kind of noise. Why would you make noise? Money doesn't call for noise making. The only thing that calls for noise making is if you get that money from a wrong route. If that is another person's money that you use laptop to collect, if you sold powder and a lot of people are dying and they are selling the powder in that city and the government police is chasing you up and down and you are smartly dodging them and making the money, that's where you want your people back home to make noise for you. Because very soon it's like a firewood made with Indian bamboo. Very soon the whole thing will just be a story. It will just be, some years ago this family used to make it big when that their brother was in abroad. But it's not going to be something that lasts forever. But when it comes from God, it is established. And the other people will step on it and then begin to go higher and higher. So what I'm saying in effect is, what that your relation is doing in abroad matters. Don't think it doesn't matter. There's a slogan they always used to qualify it. They used to say that they are collecting our money that white people. Deborah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. They say they are collecting our money that the white people collected from us during pre-colonial colonial era or colonial era. Don't get justified by that. Don't just, good evening, Yemisi. Don't just justify what you're doing with that. Because when the payback comes, you won't be able to determine. You won't be able to challenge it. It's determined in the spirit realm. It is determined in this. It is judged, and the verdict is given in the spirit realm. You won't be there. So what you're saying holds no water. Greater percentage of what happens to you takes place in the spirit realm. Takes place in the spirit realm. So saying I'm collecting our money that the white people stole from us is no excuse. I bet you it's no excuse. Not at all. It's not an excuse. For you to know that this money that is being paid, they call them Mbada. Who is even Mbada? Is it you or the person paying? You are the one that is Mbada. Because one is that you are going to Sunday suffer, having known how far you eat grass meat, grass cutter in Pondo. They cook it the whole tray. You ask the man, the woman to bring it out the way they cook it, and because you will eat and get tired, and people will eat the remaining one on your behalf. But one day you will be watching people eating grass cutter, and you will remember those days. You will be able to buy even a slice of it. You won't be able to buy one. Who will suffer more that time? Is it you or the person you met to commit suicide and just die immediately and go? It's you. Who will remember when you used to drive that big car, but that time you are trekking? Who will remember the kind of ways people will be using for you? Do you think it was those days? Do you think it was those? You are the one that is in Mbada. You are the mother, not that man, not that woman. Say my mother did not pay, my mother to pay. Who is even a mother? You are mother, not that person you are duping, not that person you are stealing from. You are the mother. You yourself is a mother. Because if you know what you are packing, if you know what you are arranging, if you know what you are putting together for yourself and your children, your family, you will know that you are even the greatest mother. So what I'm saying finally, as I summarize, is this: if your brother is in abroad and is doing a genuine job, whatever he gives to you, appreciate it. If you ask him for assistance and he could not do it immediately, give him time. Plead with him, tell him the importance of it, and listen to him and hear what he will say. He may have his own challenges, he may have his own burden, his own needs. You understand me? Allow him to tell you what the situation is like and give him time to do something. And when he's sending you that money, there was one of them I was talking with yesterday. This one, the money was given to him to do a business with. And after some time, that money got finished. And when I was asking him about it, he said, yes, the money was not enough for that business. I said, but why did you move ahead to collect it? Do you know why bank will scrutinize you very well first before they give you any loan? It's because they don't want you to waste that money. That is why you go to bank, they pass you from one stage to the other, another stage. They say, go and write proposal, bring it, defend it before us. They want to be sure that this money we are giving you, you are not going to waste it. But so many families will just come and want you to throw it like this immediately, and then they will just go out and burn it. So when you get it from bank, you are more careful, because all those stages they are telling you is to tell you that if you miss this opportunity, you are going to miss this collateral, this land, this house. If you miss this, you are going to miss this. But this one that is given to you without collateral, you wouldn't care. In fact, you have already started thinking of that woman you are going to show that, yes, didn't I tell you I'm going to eat, I'm going to make it. With the one they just gave you to start a business with or to add to your business, you have not waited for this money to bring more money before you go and show that woman sugar and pepper. No. So I told her, I said, do you see it? You would have asked this person that time, wait, this money will not be enough for this business. I don't want to just waste it and it will be added among the money has been given to me. Please wait. When it's enough or up to this amount, this is exactly what can start this business and make a profit. In Nigeria, a business that 1 million can start perfectly and make profit. If you give it 700,000, that 700,000 will just waste. If you give it 800,000, that 800,000 will just be a waste. Until you give it either 1 million or 1.5. Give it something above what is needed. If that person giving you the money is not ready at that time to give you exactly that amount, don't collect the one he's giving to you. Or if you collect it, go and first of all put it in the bank and leave it there, and start looking for additional money to make it up to that amount that will start that business comfortably. After your investigation, after your examination, after everything, until you get that amount, then you put it in that business. But if you just collect that, okay, let me collect it now that I see it, you collect it, you start eating from there, start paying rent from there, you start doing so many things from there. A few months time, that person will discover that nothing changed in your life. In fact, the money has been gone. It will be difficult for this person to give you any money again for business. I tell you the truth, it will be difficult for that person, especially those of us outside the country. We are doing a hard job. We are working too hard to make something. If we work a normal work people do in Nigeria, like Monday to Friday work, believe me, paying bills will not be enough to even reserve any money for people back home. But we go out of our way. Thank you, Temi. Please, people should help and share it, please. But we go out of our way and do night shift, do morning. Sometimes you are coming from the overnight, you are driving straight to where you are doing your day shift, so you walk 24 hours without getting to your house. Do you see such a thing in Nigeria? No, nobody works like that. But you must work like that here. Then you'll be able to pay your bills here and be able to save something for yourself and your family, and also be able to give out something for your extended family. Gone are the days where Alabeke abroad is Fusa. When they park their cars, and when they are done driving, they park it in the garage. They are just begging you to come and carry the car. Believe me, 80% of people in abroad today that are driving to Kumbo. Maybe you don't know about that. That is why Tokumbo is very costly now. 80% of people in this Canada, Nigerians in this Canada, the people driving new car is not up to 20%. The other 80% is driving Tokumbo. And when you hear Tokumbo, some of them are lowest grade of Tokumbo. And then if it is a new car, it's a car that they are paying every month for the next 7 years. That's when they will finish the payment. The next 6-7 years, that's when they will finish the payment. You understand me? So gone are the days when Oyibo will call you to their garage and say, carry these 2 cars wherever you are taking them, they take them to. Today they go to Facebook marketplace, they post the car, you start pricing, you go and check it, you pay them before you carry it. And how much? Some $5,000, some $8,000, some $10,000, $20,000. So they don't throw things away again. Stove, fridge, they go to marketplace and put it. Those things we look at Tokumbo that time, Oyibo people dash our people abroad, they put it in the container, bring it to Lagos, and they make big money. Today they sell them by themselves. Development giving them a platform from where to sell. They don't need to go anywhere. Just take their camera, snap the pictures, come to marketplace, post to them, and then people who need them will just begin to chat to them, and they will go and buy it from them. So if you are bringing back anything from Nigeria, you have to go to marketplace and buy them until you ship them back. And by the time you're shipping them, you are counting the money you bought it with, the shipment money and everything. At the end of the day, you see that you are not making any profit out of it. So that's why abroad is not like how it used to be, except if that person is here. Like recently in this Canada, they were stealing cars, which I know a lot of those cars, they found them in Africa and in Asia. A lot of those cars. So let me not say it's in Nigeria and it will look as if I'm painting Nigeria black. No, I won't say that. But only God knows where they're putting those cars. And these cars are cars of some $80,000, $70,000, $70,000, and the times $80,000, $10,000 will give you about 8 million. So times 8 million into 8, about 60-something million naira. Then they will bring that car back to Nigeria, and the person that stole this car is getting like say 30 million naira. And this person is not working in Canada here. He sleeps in the daytime and go to club in the night. Then the other nights, he will start going to people's garage, looking at this opportunity to steal that car and sell it back to Nigeria. And the day he gets back to Nigeria, the church will give him a title. He will become a knight in his church. He will get a title in his church. And there's no way you will know that this person is a thief in Canada. That's what he's doing. But recently, they just launched a system through which they nab them. They are nabbing them now. They are arresting them hardly now. And once they arrest you after the jail terms, then they report you back. That person will lose the opportunity of being in this country. So what am I saying? Anybody here doing a genuine job is not easy for him. We are not encouraging you from coming. If you see an opportunity to come, come. Number one is that security is there. You are not harassed anyhow. You are not killed anyhow. No, unless you belong to court or unfortunately you ran into bad people, which is on rare occasions. You understand? So security-wise, you are there. Amenities is there. Look at light, water is there, heater is there, everything is there. But you pay at the end of the month. You are not going to owe them. If you owe them 1, 2, 3, 4 months, they will cut it. Then you begin to stay in darkness. Then if you do your work, they pay every 2 weeks here. So every 2 weeks you get your money. That's mostly how they pay. Every 2 weeks you get your money. So nobody is going to tell you any story about your money. If you lose your job, the employment insurance will pay you for like 6 months or 1 year before you get another job. If your wife gives birth, they pay you for like 1 year before you start job again. All those opportunities are there. But when it comes to working out the money, it's not an easy way. It is not an easy way. So I'm not discouraging anybody, but I'm telling you, it's tough here. It's hard. Some of days you will walk and walk and walk and you'll start crying. You just start crying. The work is not that too tedious, but you put much hours. You won't have time to stay with your children. You won't, if sometimes you are coming in, your wife is driving out, your wife is coming in, you are driving out. That's how you people will be seeing yourself. If you will be able to pay the whole bills you need to pay here, take care of your kids, and then be able to send something back home, at least to show that you are doing something here. So when you see somebody bring something, some people came in. I saw a lady in my workplace last month or last 2 months. So I asked this lady, I said, tell me the truth, was this what you were thinking when you were coming out? She said no. I told her, I said I know. And purposely, I'm just asking. Personally, that was how it happened to me too. I wasn't thinking it that way. But when you enter, the first time I came to US, the first 2 jobs I did was to stand up and monitor people who are like, where you have a supermarket in Nigeria or Walmart, no, ShopRite. Maybe your job is to stand from 8 o'clock to 10 p.m., stand and move around, watch people who are collecting something so that they don't put it into their pocket or put it in their body. You know, these Oyibo people, they thief like a rat. They can thief like a rat. They thief more than even the black. So your job is to watch them so that they don't steal something from the store. But at the end of the week, guess how much I was to be paid? $350 then. Then, if my wife gave birth then, if I work for $350 in a month, is $1,400. Then, my house rent that time was $1,950. The feeding is not there, and other expenses are not there. Then, what do I need to do to make it up? I had to take up another job. After standing up from 8 to 10 in the night, then that night, I will go to overnight, where I will do another job till morning. So when you get there, you are just dozing and sleeping all through the night, and the next day they won't call you back again, they won't allow you to come again. Then immediately, and you knew whom you were back home, how you were cruising with your car, how if you don't even come to the shop, your boys will sell and give you account at the end of the day. All of a sudden, look at people in charge of your life, giving you peanut that cannot take care of your bills. You just start crying. You just like, God, why me? God, why me? But if you endure the situation and persist, with time, you will overcome it. You get a more lighter job, program yourself, know when to go for the day and when to go for the night, and use the other 20% of your time to at least see the face of your children once in a while, and they say hi or hello to them. It's not easy. It's not easy, but we are not discouraging anybody. I won't discourage anybody not to come. Come, but you work hard, bro. The Igbo man doesn't give their money for free. No, they don't do that. You work hard, so hard. So I'm going to stop here today. I think I have said a lot concerning what our people does abroad. If what your brother is doing is questionable, caution him. I was still so poor back home when a relation of mine in abroad was doing Yahoo. I cautioned him because I have an opportunity of cautioning him. I said, stop, just stop. Don't think you will eat that. You will not. The punishment is there for you. Stop. I said, God will know I said it. I didn't say because he's in abroad, he will be giving me money. If I say he won't give me, it's better you don't give me. If that is your income, the way you make it, don't give me. Take it yourself. So that I don't share from the punishment. Because definitely it must come. It must come. It must come. No two ways about that. So, but if your person is doing a genuine work, encourage him, pray for him, support him. If he sends something, I love your word of advice. I keep a good work up. So thank you, Yemisi. Thank you. That's what we are born to do. That's what we're born to do. We can't do anything different from that. Encourage that your relation who is doing a normal job, a hard job, encourage him, pray for him, support him. If he did not give you today, he will give you tomorrow. I believe that. It's God that, commands the heart to give. He said, the heart of the king is in my hands. As I turn the rivers of water, so I turn them. One day, God will touch the heart of that person, and he will just wake up from sleep, and God will say, call this person, and then send something to him or her. And that person will put a call to you. You'll be so shocked and so surprised. And this person will say, how is your business going? How are you doing? How are the children? How is everything? And don't say, we're managing, we thank God, it's helping us. It's okay, what business are you doing now? You just blah, 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 blah. Okay, how is the business going? You just blah, 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 blah. How much do you think if I give to you, your business will be boosted and you will be shaking your mouth to call 1 million? You say, if I get something like 2, 3, 4, 500,000, I think I will do much with that business the way it's going now, blah, blah. You just wait for, you will know God has already put 1 million or 2 in his heart to give you. At the end of everything, you just, okay, send your account number. You send the account number. Boom, you just open it, you see 2 million naira. And this is what you never thought of, you never expected. But it's God that put it in his heart. Say, this is a time for you to bless this person. But if it's such a stupid or foolish or wicked one, they will just doesn't care how long you've been in abroad. It doesn't care what you're doing. It doesn't care your family load. It doesn't care. No patience, nothing like endurance, nothing at all. If the world is like that, nobody will be poor. But it's not like that. God always wants us to exercise patience in life until finally one day it will pay off. I'm going to stop here. Then I will come back again, maybe in a 1 hour time or so. I want to say something about our brother Matthias Isaac and what him and Christianity and Omela Loze Shokobondo is doing in Igbo land. It's so bad. Thank you for joining me. Patience Sanieta John, God bless you. Victoria Peter, God bless you. Clara Mweke, you are lifted. Yemisi, you enjoyed your birthday yesterday, I know. And you are owing us a cake. Princess, God bless you for your good work. Let me see more than much I can see from here. Okay, you're lifted. Felicia, God bless you. Destiny Richie, you're lifted. Yeah. Eberoji, God bless you. Semblance Inyama, you are lifted. Prince G. Louis, you are lifted. Sparkling Pink, God bless you. Aka Emmanuel, God bless you. These are all I can see now from this place. God bless you all. And also let me use this final opportunity to tell us, I'm not the one holding back our Bible. I couldn't get anybody to link me up to a bookstore in Nigeria. And there is no way I can ship it from here. It's going to be too costly and a waste of fun. So I made it open for people to come up so that I get a bookstore and contract them, and then all you do is to send your email address. I'll give it to them. They will mail Bible to you. We'll post it here. You know that your Bible is on the way. But up till now, nobody has been able to link me up to any of these bookstores, and I can't do otherwise. I can't. Nigeria is not that big enough technologically where I can go and then get bookstores through Google, which I'm going to try that now when we are done. I will Google and see if I can get a big Christian bookstore in Nigeria through Google and reach them out. So if they are real, I will send some of us to go and verify. If it's real, then I contract them to do the business. It's not something we'll just do for handful. I will keep sending Bibles. It's a contract that will stay for a very long time. I'll keep giving out Bible. I want people to study the Word of God because that's the only deliverance you are going to have. That's the only success. If you don't read the Word of God, I'm sorry for you. No man can change the situation for you apart what you learned from the Word of God. Then finally, this weekend, that Saturday, I'm going to get a cake, and all our people who had their birthday this month of November, I'm going to cut the cake for you guys. I'm going to come live, and all of you who have their birthday this month will come on live and watch all the cake, and then pray for you guys, and then give out data, at least 1 gigabyte to all of you that had your birthday this month. Then next month, from next month, October, any day that is your birthday, please let me have the day. Once it's that day, let me know. Come to my DM and let me know. Then who will post your picture. Send a picture you want us to send on your behalf. Then we'll send a picture on your behalf to the page, and the family will celebrate the birthday with you. At the end of the month, we celebrate it together and then give data to everyone. So that is the announcement I have to make so far. It's not that I just made empty promise about the Bible. It's not so. It's not so. I've been giving out Bible. I gave out not up to 1 month about 8 Bible to our church like that. So it's not. I'm not bragging or boasting about it. It's something I do with joy, because I know if you read it, what is going to be about your life. So that's why I'm happy doing it. God bless you. God bless you. See you when I come back again. I also appreciate my birthday shout out yesterday. My celebration never ceased in our life. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. The Lord is your strength. Amen. Amen. Okay. See you there as I come back again. Thank you. Bye.